Excuse me, are you Adam Graham?
The very same. And this is my old-time radio snack wagon.
Welcome to the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon, where we serve up a bite-sized portion of old-time radio. And now, here's your Snack Wagon host, Adam Graham.
Welcome to the old-time radio snack wagon. This Friday, the World Series should get underway between the champions of the American and National League. And so it seemed appropriate to do something baseball-related. And nothing would be better than something about Babe Ruth. George Herman Ruth reached the big leagues when he was 19 as a pitcher. In his first 5 seasons, he was part of 3 World Series championship teams for the Boston Red Sox. He became a full-time outfielder in his 6th big league season and was traded to the New York Yankees in 1920. He had 13 years of absolute dominance when he won an additional 4 world championships for the Yankees and set all kinds of records. Many of these records, such as his single and career home run records, have since been eclipsed, yet other statistics tell of his absolute dominance of the era. However, Babe Ruth was a figure whose place in American life transcended his statistics, as today's program illustrates. The Adventures of Babe Ruth was a 1949 series sponsored by the United States Navy Recruiting. These were released the year after the Babe passed away from cancer at age 53. Despite the programs pretending to be based on real-life adventures of Babe Ruth, from everything I've found, they appear to be totally fictitious, with any real-life elements exaggerated beyond recognition for dramatic effect. That said, while the series doesn't tell much about Ruth's life, it tells us a lot about how Americans viewed him, and let's just be honest, they're really entertaining. So here now is The Adventures of Babe Ruth and the episode, Babe Takes the Blame.
Baseball! Baseball with Babe Ruth! Baseball with the Navy! The United States Navy brings you the adventures of Babe Ruth. And here to tell you about the immortal Babe is the man who knew him so well, his pal, the popular sports reporter, Steve Martin.
One of Babe Ruth's most exciting adventures took place when I was at sea on Navy maneuvers. Eddie, who was the Yankees' bat boy at the time, is going to tell you how the big fella risked his life against a tough Chicago hoodlum. But before you meet Eddie, I know you'll be interested in a short message from Jackson Beck. Come in, Jack.
Well, Steve, a few minutes ago before the show, you and Gardner Malloy, the tennis star, who's our guest today, were yarning about some of the strange and wonderful places you've been with the Navy. Why not tell everybody?
Sure, Jack. It's not unusual for any Navy man to have been around the world a couple of times. If you're an American, the chances are you've got some red-blooded love of adventure in you. And the yen for the strange, exotic cities of the world. Shanghai, Stockholm, Ceylon, and Rome. And rolling down to Rio with a great ship under you and the infinite sky above. Gibraltar, Burma, London, and Paris. Bullfights in Lisbon, the pyramids in Egypt, the temples of Rangoon. Those are the things that a Navy man sees free. Believe me, that's the life for a young fella. And you can make it one of the finest careers in the world, too. For there's more than just fun and travel in the Navy. There's education, the chance to be a specialist in one of the many Navy skills. There's fast advancement, too, and the security that everyone wants. For under the Navy's liberal retirement plan, you're guaranteed a lifetime income.
Sounds good to me, Steve.
It is good, Jack. Very good indeed. And if you're a young man over 17, be sure to get all the details at your nearest Navy recruiting office.
And now here's Eddie, the Yankees bat boy, and the adventures of Babe Ruth.
I was late getting into the clubhouse with my bats one day, and all the players were gone, except Babe. He was across the room rummaging through a trunk. I noticed a little kid in front of his mom.
Got an extra dealer's glove you can have, Jackie. And maybe a baseball cap, too. How's that?
Gee, thanks, babe.
Hey, what did you just take out of the babe's locker, kid?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. Give me what you took out of his locker.
I didn't take nothing. Let me go.
I saw you. Give me what you took out of the babe's
Let me
locker.
go. You hurt me, you dirty little thief. Give me it.
Come on, hand it over.
What's going on here? Eddie, cut it
I'll
out.
fix this little...
Cut it out, I said. I'll let him go. Oh, what's the idea of jumping this little guy, Eddie?
This is the idea, babe. Here. Look what he swiped out of your locker.
That's my World Series watch.
Uh-huh.
Jackie, did you try to steal my watch?
I didn't want to, babe, honest. But
You were walking in your sleep, huh?
Lay off, Eddie. Come on, son.
Oh, now, look, babe. You don't want to listen to a phony sob story. This is a bad, no-good kid.
There aren't any bad kids, Eddie. Some of them just get wrong ideas sometimes. Come on, Jackie. Stop crying. Tell me why you stole my watch.
it was on account of Duke. This big boy. He makes all new kids in the neighborhood pay him $10, or else he beats them up. I couldn't get him $10, so he said I had to come in here and steal the watch. Or he'd beat me up, so I'd have to go to the hospital.
Ah, that's a lot of baloney.
It isn't.
We're going to find out if it is or not. Look, Jackie, where is this Duke character?
He's waiting for me outside in his car, but...
Okay, let's go out and see it.
No, babe, if he knows I squealed, he'll kill me.
Oh, no, he won't.
Well, there he goes. That was Duke. He saw us, babe.
Hey, that guy looks even bigger than you, babe.
He used to be a professional fighter. Oh, gosh, now he knows I squealed on him.
Don't be afraid, Jackie. He won't bother you anymore.
He will.
He won't. Now he knows I'm behind you. But just in case he does, you get in touch with me right away. Understand? Wherever I am.
Big fella didn't know what he was letting himself in for when he told Jackie that, and neither did I. But we found out the next day at the ballpark. We were trailing the White Sox by 1 run in the 8th inning when Combs worked the pitcher for a pass. He Toole singled. Babe fouled one off and broke his bat. Came back to the dugout for another bat when one of the clubhouse attendants came running up to him and said something to him. Well, the next thing we knew, the big fella dropped his bat and started through the dugout to the tunnel. Manager Huggins tried to stop him.
Hey, where are you going? Hey, come back here. Hey, where are you?
Babe, wait for me. Where are you going?
Get my car, Eddie. Duke got Jackie.
What? Where?
In an old car barn. Some friend of Jackie's phoned for me. Duke said he was going to kill the kid.
We tore up 39th Street in the big fella's car and pulled up behind some boarded-up car barns. Duke's red roadster was there. We piled into those big, half-dark barns and saw 2 husky kids, each holding one of little Jackie's arms. Duke was standing in front of Jackie, and he had a lead pipe in his hand. Duke was saying...
Take my advice, will you? I told you I'd get you, little punk. Squeal on me, will you?
Don't hit me, Duke.
I'm gonna fix you good.
Duke.
Oh, that...
Babe, it's Babe.
Hey, come back here, you guys!
No, let him go, Eddie. Duke here's the one we want. Now, look, Duke, I warned
I'll
you.
teach you to keep your nose out of my business, Ruth. Like this.
Babe, look
How
out!
do you like it, big shot? Take this.
Babe!
And this.
Babe! Oh, my God! The big fella was down on one knee, and there was blood on his forehead. I jumped in, and Duke hit me across the face with the lead pipe, sending me reeling. Then he was standing over Babe again, slugging him. But in a minute, the big fellow was up and fighting for his life. He worked his way in, let fly, and Duke was down. He got right up, and Babe dropped him again. Duke had trouble getting up. When he finally made it, he could hardly raise his hand. It was life for the kill.
Send him to Dreamland, Babe.
Let him have it, Babe. The OKO.
Oh, boys. Had enough. Am I right, Duke?
Ah, nuts to that, Babe. He wasn't going to let Jackie off that easy.
Oh, I never hit a man when he's down. Anyhow, I don't think Duke will cause Jackie any more trouble. Or any other young street. How about it, Duke?
Well, I don't...
See, boys, Duke just had to learn you can't push people around and figure to get away with it because you're big and tough. Not only bad sportsmanship, dumb. Somebody just as big as you is bound to show up someday and cut you down to your right side. Let's go now, Eddie. Come on, Jackie.
Wait, Babe.
Ain't you gonna have me pinched?
No, Duke. Maybe I ought to, but I got a hunch you learned your lesson. I'm wrong. Well, you'll just get in a worse jam, and the law will catch up with you. Let's get the car and get back to the park, boys. There's a ball game.
You must have gone soft in the head letting that Duke character go, Babe. Don't give me that baloney about his learning his lesson.
I think he did, Eddie. But I had another reason.
Yeah? What?
Jackie. If we had Duke arrested, there'd be a trial. That stuff about Jackie trying to steal my watch would have to come out. And Duke might deny he forced Jackie to do it.
Well, sure he denied it.
Oh, that's it. Jackie couldn't prove Duke did force him, and plenty of people would believe Jackie was a thief. He might even go a reform school stretch.
Hey, that's right, Babe, but
That's
still...
why I made Jackie promise to keep quiet about what happened today. And I want you to promise the same thing, Eddie.
Well, sure, if you say so, Babe.
That's all right. Now, if only... Uh-oh.
What now?
I can see the scoreboard from here. The game's over and we lost.
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah. Well, here's where we face the music for running out on the game.
You mean, babe, you refuse to tell me why you walked out of the game today?
What? I can't, Hug. I wish I could, but... Well, I just can't.
Okay, then. Turn in your uniform.
What?
Oh, no. You committed the one unpardonable sin of a ball player, walking out on a game and on his team. Not even the great Babe Ruth can get away with that.
Oh, but
You're
Hug,
through, Babe. Finished. Washed up. That goes for you, too, Eddie. You're both no longer Yankees.
Newspaper headlines the next morning were a foot high. Babe Ruth fired from the Yankees. Reporters practically broke down the door of his hotel room in Chicago, but he wouldn't let them in. I pleaded with him to give out the real story, but he wouldn't.
I told you, Eddie, if I talk, Duke will be arrested. And Jackie, too. Both their lives will be ruined.
Oh, now, don't tell me you care what happens to that no-good Duke character. Man.
Call me a dope if you want to, but I still say there are no bad kids, Eddie. Only good kids with wrong ideas.
Here we go again.
Babe, let me in. Hey!
Hey, Babe. It's the Miller at the door. It's Huggins.
Don't let him in. Or anybody else.
But, Babe, we've got
No,
him.
Eddie. Go.
Well, it's
No, none of you reporters get in. Just Huggins. Hurry up, Hug.
Babe, you stupid son of a gun.
Now, hold it, Hug. You already called me enough names.
I'm going to call you a lot more. Not only stupid, stubborn, thick-headed, ridiculous.
Oh, now, hold on.
But you're also the finest, swellest, greatest guy I ever knew. Put it there, babe. Tell me there's no hard feelings.
What goes on here?
I got the whole story just a little while ago. You were standing by that little kid and why you left the game the other day.
Wait, Hug. You mean that little dummy Jackie talked just to help me?
Oh, he must have.
Jackie? Who's Jackie?
Say, where did you get the story?
Why, from Parker.
Parker?
Who's Parker?
Are you guys trying to kid me?
Well, no, not at all.
I don't know any Parker.
Well, I don't get this, but wait a minute. Come in here, Parker. No, just Parker. There he is.
Now, what in the world?
Hey, Duke.
It's Duke.
Hello.
It's not Mr. Ruth. It's Babe. And what do you mean opening your big mouth? What do you think I kept mine shut for?
I know why. You're afraid.
Not only you. It was Jackie, too. I don't want his name dirtied
Now,
up.
take it easy. I didn't give out his name, Mr. Huggins, and I'm not going to. I just told him what happened. Well, I'm not your heel, but I'm not so big a heel. I can keep my trap shut and let you take the rap for me when I let this did for me. Turning me in and talking to me like I wasn't just a punk.
I must be dreaming.
No, you're not a punk, Duke. You're okay now.
Holy cats, it's 2:10. The game starts in 20 minutes. You're going to play today, babe, and get us back in the race for the pennant.
Oh, am I going to play today? Tell him, Eddie.
I haven't got time. I got to get to the park and sell those sock pitchers some life insurance. Oh, they're going to need it today. The night we left Chicago after we said goodbye to Jackie and Duke, I was on the observation platform with Dave. Big fella kind of chuckles a little and says to me,
You see what I mean, Eddie?
About what, Dave?
About bad kids.
There aren't any bad kids, Dave. Good kids just pick up some bad ideas sometimes, but show them how to read the score and they'll straighten out okay.
You know, Eddie, I think you got something there.
Our guest is Gardner Malloy, who has been national doubles champion for 4 years and was a member of the Davis Cup team for 3 successive years. Much more than all that, Gardner Malloy was the skipper of an LST in the amphibious forces in the Mediterranean during the war and is a veteran of 5 beachhead landings. As an old and experienced Navy man, as well as one of America's great tennis players, he has a few things to say.
I went into the Navy's B-7 course just after the war started and spent 4 rich 4 years as a Navy man. And I think I can say from my own experience that it is a full life. And with plenty of athletics, too. Of course, I didn't play as much tennis during the war years as I have since or before, but I still played enough. and learned plenty too, in the very field in which I was interested, executive work. Life aboard ship is really pretty wonderful. You get to see the world, you have adventure, and you know all the time that you're getting paid perhaps even better than you might in civilian life. I can recommend the Navy as a lifetime career, and do it in very definite terms because I not only know from my own experience, but I've seen what it has done for other young men. As a matter of fact, my tennis coach, Slim Harbit of Miami, who was in the Navy too, incidentally, has often remarked that a lot of my present physical fitness is due to my strenuous Navy background. I really think, and I honestly say this, that the Navy is a great life.
Thanks very much, Gardner Malloy. I think a lot of America's young men will accept your recommendation that Navy life is a good life.
Steve, I think a lot of them, too, will want a copy of that colorful, interesting book on Navy sports. It's called Play Ball Around the World. And anybody can get it free simply by asking for it at the nearby Navy recruiting office. Now, Steve, what story have you got for us next week?
Well, next week, Jack, I'm going to tell you about a beanball pitcher who tried to finish Babe Ruth and brought about the most sensational exploit in the big fella's career.
Sounds great, Steve, and we'll all be listening. The Adventures of Babe Ruth is written by Ben Freeman, produced by Woody Close, directed by Ronald Dawson, and presented by the United States Navy.
Welcome back. I hope you were fully prepared for Babe Ruth beating up a hood, because that's what we got. That and an overall message about caring for others, sticking up for the little guy, and having a sense of honor. Ideals that Americans associated with Ruth. Now, I should note that there are websites that date episodes of this series from 1934 because the late John Dunning referenced in Adventures of Babe Ruth series airing during 1934 in his Encyclopedia of Old-Time Radio. However, Dunning stated that the Adventures of Babe Ruth that aired in 1934 referred to Babe Ruth's sports talk show, which this obviously was not. And in fact, I think these are pretty clear with the way the commercials for the Navy are framed, that this is a post-war episode. And that's what makes them fascinating, because this was for naval recruiting. And you have to imagine the ideal audience for this show were young men between the ages of 16 and 20, and some younger kids listening as well, because the Navy wanted to plant that idea of a naval career as soon as you could. So the oldest member of the target audience would have been 6 years old when Babe retired. No one in the target audience saw Babe Ruth play in his time, read about Babe Ruth when he was in his prime, yet they'd heard of Babe Ruth. This series shows that even soon after his death, he had become an American legend who transcended his on-field performance. Babe Ruth was a 20th century Paul Bunyan with a batting average. The Adventures of Babe Ruth were tall tales of how the writers and Americans of the time imagined him to be, and the adventures that you really could have seen him having. And I think Ruth still has a very unique place in American popular culture, even 75 years after his passing. As I said before, it's not about the statistics or the numbers. Indeed, some of his bad baseball facts explain his appeal. As a batter, he led the league in being struck out 5 times, and he got stealing second with the Yankees down 3-2 in Game 7 to end the 1926 World Series. Yet that's part of the appeal. Ruth did big things and took big chances. Sometimes it didn't work out, but Ruth took the big swing. He took the big gamble to try and catch the other team flat-footed. Win, lose, or draw, whatever he did, Babe Ruth was going to do it bigger than life, and that's something that resonates with so many Americans. After this year's World Series, the New York chapter of the Baseball Writers of America will hand out its award to the best player of baseball's playoffs. It will honor a man who came through in the clutch, who accomplished something big in baseball, often leading their team to victory through out-of-this-world performances over the course of several weeks. That award is most appropriately called the Babe Ruth Award. It's time for me to close up the old snack wagon, but don't worry, we'll be back with another serving of old-time radio goodness before you know it. If you want to enjoy some of our longer-form podcasts, you can feast away at my website at greatdetectives.net. Your emails are also welcome at adam@snackwagon.net.
The Old Time Radio Snack Wagon comes to you from Boise, Idaho. Your host is Adam Graham. Sound production is by Rhines Media, LLC. You can listen to past episodes of the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon as well as connect on social media at our website at snackwagon.net. Email suggestions for episodes to adam@snackwagon.net. This has been the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon.
Until next time, goodbye.